I am not the first to pass this way, nor shall I be the last. Norway has always been a cultural magnet for nomads, explorers, and those with a tendency to pillage and plunder. My childhood dreams of becoming a Viking are finally within reach. But will I survive? Or will I find myself dining with the dead and drinking with Odin in the legendary Valhalla? I'm Nate Solo, the world's first crypto-anthropologist, and this is Norway, Part 1. Stavanger. What better place to begin my quest for Viking culture than this coastline city that is argued to be the oldest settlement in Norway? When its thriving fish canning industry disappeared, the discovery of oil made Stavanger and Norway one of the strongest economies in the world. The city has both historic charm and the feel of a modern-day fairy tale. The culinary scene is most tempting. From bakeries filled with the freshest pastries to a marina-adjacent fish market that serves its world-famous daily soup of fish, shrimp, white cream, herbs, croutons, and parsley oil. Yes, please.
I have officially found the foodie center of Norway. Stavanger, I don't want to leave. I want to just cancel everything else I have planned and just restaurant hop here.
I must remind myself, I didn't come for the food. I came for the Viking history. And this monument called Sverd commemorates the Battle of Lysefjord.
These three swords represent the three different kingdoms of Norway that battled right here. Harald Fairhair wanted to unite all three districts under one kingdom, and that would be Norway. He won that battle. If you battle two other districts of Vikings and you win to become the first king of Norway, I think you're the baddest motherfucker right there. Not to mention, this is probably the most metal art installation I've ever seen. I think I need to write a new album just so I can have my album cover photo shoot here. Dropping soon. And of course, it's cruise ship day in Stavanger. Can you believe I used to work on one of these fucking things? I was in the show band on a cruise ship. It was basically just a continuous buffet of food and unlimited cocaine. Why did I quit?
As the coneheads from the cruise ship crowd the city, I am taking a cruise of my own to see one of Norway's most famous fjords, Lysefjord. This inlet was formed by ice 10,000 years ago, and these kayakers are dwarfed by the 2,000-foot-high granite cliffs. Perched above me, overlooking the fjord, is Pulpit Rock, a natural flat formation that is rumored to have been used for ancient pagan rituals. Awesome. With waters as deep as the mountains are high, it's easy to see why these wonders were associated with powerful gods and pagan mythology. As I return to port, the evening is setting in, as is my jet lag. Tomorrow, I leave Stavanger and continue my pursuit of Viking culture. Serving as an economic and social center of Norway for over 1,000 years, Oslo sits in a region formerly known as Viken. While Vikings did frequent the area for maritime activities, there is little trace of them outside of museum exhibits. The Viking Ship Museum is closed for remodeling, so I am heading to the Historisk Museum. Finally, some real artifacts and culture. Kathy is a Viking expert and my museum guide. What is the first thing to see and know about Vikings?
We have a case full of the wonder of plunder. Is there anything we can say pretty much for sure the Vikings stole? It's there.
Pillaging and plundering. Of course. The Viking warrior would raid during their travels to prove and brag about where they have been. They would also melt and work the precious metals into jewelry for their maidens. How romantic! This particular Viking had treasures from France, England, Ireland, and even Arabia. Imagine what his Instagram would have looked like.
Being a Viking raider was a social and economic journey up the social ladder. But what is really rare is the helmet. That's the only one we have. It's the best preserved in Norway. We have a bit of one of those in Denmark and a bit of a helmet in Sweden.
They're just very hard to find.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
It is weird, yeah. Some people wonder about what the horn deal is. We have no indication that the actual Viking helmets had horns, but so if they ever existed, they were probably purely for ceremonial.
The Viking helmet with horns is an exaggeration.
It's a figment of perhaps the 19th century, and of course it looks cooler if you're dressing up a Norse god to put some helmets on them.
I mean, it does look real cool, but I'm kind of crushed a little bit on the inside to know that my fantastical Viking helmets are bogus.
They're bogus, but
they're bogus.
They have their own. They have their own purpose.
Much more common to find than helmets are Viking swords. These prized possessions were often given names by their owners, and warriors were frequently buried with their blades,
which are made from Valerian steel.
That sword there.
The front one?
Yeah, I don't know. Let's just say it's a special sword.
While swords get the limelight, spears were used just as often in battle. The museum even has the skull of a shield maiden, proving that Viking women were crazy, badass pagans too.
The church had its work cut out trying to sort of tame and civilize all these crazy people at one point, and they did it in crazy, often uncivilized ways themselves.
Yeah.
This is the 900s. Also, if you want to rub noses with these powerful Christian people, if you want to marry into their lineage, you certainly have to be Christian.
As Christianity came to Norway, the Vikings saw Christianity as the way to keep power, to continue growing wealth.
Yeah.
It wasn't so much that they were abandoning their old beliefs, but they saw opportunity within Christianity.
I think that's a very good way of saying it.
Opportunity in religion. What is this? A megachurch? Well, all good things must come to an end. And with Vikings, Christianity made certain of it. This runestone tells a story of transition. Runes are engraved on the side, and carved on the face is a famous story of 3 men, a star, and unfamiliar magic. Kathy has asked me to guess what the story is, so I do my best.
This could be Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, maybe Darth Vader. That's Yoda.
That's Yoda.
That's definitely Yoda.
Definitely.
And then the Death Star.
There you go.
So it's Star Wars.
It's Star Wars.
I knew it. I knew it.
Kathy, being a good host, politely corrects me and details the runestone's depiction of the nativity scene. I was way off.
So in a way, it's a wonderful end to the Viking Age.
Learning about the end of the Viking Age is giving me an existential crisis. I feel bamboozled by Hollywood and hope to find something less pedestrian to do.
I'm starting to learn that Viking culture is fairly limited and not really present today. Fjord tours really seem to be the tourist trap of Oslo. I don't see any Viking ships though. All you can eat shrimp buffets on a fjord tour boat. Someone will puke.
That person will not be me. Instead, I am heading to a unique museum dedicated to one of Norway's finest exports, black metal. Nosebleed Records originally opened under the name Helvete, which is Norwegian for hell. This record store doubles as a makeshift museum for the infamous black metal music scene. The selection of music consists of metal, metal, and more metal. One might ask, why does black metal get a museum? The music is similar to other genres of heavy metal, though the lyrics often had anti-Christian, satanic, and paganistic content. The wearing of corpse paint makeup was a way to distinguish themselves from other metal bands, and pretty much everyone else. But the most extreme part of the genre were the antics of the musicians. One famous album cover was a photo of a black metal band singer's suicide scene taken by the guitarist. That same guitarist was later stabbed to death by his bass player the same month their album was released. Murderer and victim on the same album. That is simply terrifying.
This is pretty much exactly what I imagined a black metal museum to look like and smell like. A basement. This is endless fodder for nightmares.
The fans were no more innocent. In the early 90s, members of the black metal community declared war on organized religion, and they burnt down 50 Christian stave churches. Stave churches are considered historical landmarks and represent the end of the pagan, Norse, and Viking culture in Norway. Obviously, the black metal music scene couldn't let that slide.
Holy shit, black metal musicians were crazy. But they were committed. Gotta give them that. Most of them probably should have been committed as well, but they were committed. They told me that there is a festival going on about an hour and a half from here called Midgardsblot, and it's a Viking folk music and black metal festival. They also said there's a Viking camp there, so I can actually see a simulation of Viking culture since it doesn't exist anywhere else. I fucking have to go to that.
With a few days until the metal festival, I have some time to kill. And to truly experience the heart and soul of a country, there is no more effective way than renting a car and getting lost. I'm quickly realizing that Norwegians love digging tunnels. They don't go around mountains. They say, fuck it, we're going straight through it.
Well, what the fuck? The one road I was taking across the countryside is closed for construction. Well, I guess I gotta find another way.
Did I mention getting lost?
Excuse me. Yeah, my phone's not working and my maps aren't working. Which way is Highway 490?
Sometimes not having a map leads to the greatest treasure. I mean, even the bus stops in Norway look like something out of Lord of the Rings. These twists and turns guide me through the mountains to countless waterfalls, rivers, and roadside churches. Call it luck or call it destiny, these roads had led me to the Dalen Hotel in Dalen, Norway. Built in 1894, the Dalen Hotel captures my imagination immediately. There is something entrancing about this place, and I feel inexplicably drawn to it, so I have decided to take up residence here for the night.
This hotel straight up looks haunted. It's got a little bit of that old Viking feel to it. It's like a movie set. This is actually creepier than the Stanley Hotel in Colorado. This could be like a Viking version of The Shining. Here's Olaf! The other guests think I'm fucking insane.
After some exploring and a couple strong libations, Alex, a hotel historian, seems to appear out of nowhere and joins me so I can learn about the sordid past of this building. It has survived over a century of guests, wars, and even Nazi occupation. Alex tells me that room 17 in the north wing is haunted. Wait a minute. Room 17 is my room. People staying in this suite are frequently disturbed by the supernatural and quickly change rooms or check out entirely. So I just got the story of the hotel, and I am definitely staying in the haunted hotel room. I guess we know what that means. Ghost hunting time. I'm Nate Solo, and this is Adventures in Ghost Hunting. We're at the Dalen Hotel. This hotel has been around for over 100 years and has been home and vacation spot for sometimes the Nazi elite and the richest people in the world. With money comes problems. An Englishwoman stayed here, very, very, very pregnant and single, very unusual for the times. She stayed for many weeks and then mysteriously stopped showing up to meals. They uncovered the door was barricaded and there was a dead baby in a cradle, not from natural causes. The Englishwoman committed suicide, some say out of guilt, some say out of being haunted from her dead child. Tonight, I have brought with me all the tools needed to hunt a ghost. An EMF detector, a spirit box. I have also bought the most advanced night vision camera available. I will attempt to capture voices by sweeping FM stations with white noise. The spirit box. We will sweep. Jesus Christ. That's loud. I am pacing the hotel room, scanning all stations, hoping to get a message from another realm. Unfortunately, the spirit box is a piece of shit. I'm not going to lie. I am disappointed at this juncture, and luckily, the staff has provided me with free port wine. I decide to have a drink, another drink, and another. I'm running out of complimentary booze. I am hoping to find these ghosts at the bottom of this bottle. But first, I am trying the EMF detector. If any spirits are present, they will illuminate multiple lights on the device.
If you are the baby that haunts this room, touch the green light. Are you guys seeing this shit? What the fuck was that? I can't sleep now.
I am exhausted and drunk, so I begin setting up the night vision cameras. Camera 1 is in place. Camera 2 will capture a different angle. With enough booze in my body to kill a Viking, I am dead asleep. I don't even flinch when a pillow seems to move completely on its own. Look closer. And could this be faulty wiring? Or is it the ghost of the English lady trying to communicate? The paranormal activity has seemed to calm down, and I will be hungover if I don't get some sleep. Good night, spirits. What the fuck? I certainly did not sleep through that, and now I am wide awake. If this is ghost hunting, you can have it.
I don't need any more of this. Legit, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
The sun is up, and something tells me that my adventure in Norway is just beginning.
Time to go find more Viking shit.